Alright everyone, and welcome to a new Hashinshin video. This one's going to be on Kled. Now in this video I'm going to go over Kled, what's changed, why he's doing better now, what you guys have noticed, some cool stuff about him, and bugs. So we're going to try to keep it short because it's just going to be about Kled. That's right, just Kled. So, what has happened with Kled? Now, a lot of you guys have probably watched me, and some of you know the answer to this, and some of you don't. And those of you who don't, those are the people I want to make this video for, because some of you guys might have seen some funny things happening. So what's been going on with Kled? What's been changing with this dude, right? There was an interesting bug introduced by Riot. I say interesting, and so this interesting bug changed something very major about him. What was it? Basically, his entire... This is true. His entire mounted HP now counts as bonus HP. You might notice my Gargoyle Stoneplate right now is 2,310. You might notice my Titanic Hydra is giving me 44 bonus damage. That is a lot. That is way more than any other champion could. I mean, maybe Scion could get there, okay? But damn. So you might notice that I only have Titanic Hydra and Sterix as my only damage items, and yet I have 143 bonus AD. That is a lot of bonus AD. Just for those of you who doubt me, let's level up. I have not gained any more bonus HP, and yet now 2,370, I level up again. 2,430, I level up again. 2,490. So just to be clear, that is what's happening. Don't doubt me on this one. Looking at this, why is this a big deal? Now, obviously, it's a big deal because Titanic Hydra gives him hella damage and Gargoyle Stoneplate is huge. Sunfire, Grassband Dying, Titanic is this pretty popular Kled build, especially at the lower ranks. I mean, it still maintains the higher... My hair's doing a really annoying thing right now. It still maintains being a decent build up to the higher ranks, obviously, but Kled is doing really good with this. He was underpowered before this bug happened, and this bug does have some negatives I'll go into later. I wouldn't call him overpowered. I would say that this bug helped a champion. Should they fix it, and should they allow him to be viable without using this bug? Yes. But until then, we have this bug. This bug means that with Titanic Hydra, Sterix, and Sunfire, you will do a lot of damage. The Sunfire, you can only see 48 per second. That adds up really quickly. The Titanic Hydra is 48 bonus damage, 55 on it. I mean, a lot of damage. And look how tanky I am as well. With the Gargoyle and all that, I have a lot of armor, a lot of MR. Here's what's important. The reason I dismounted myself is that when you dismount, you can use this Gargoyle Stoneplate. Watch this. Watch this. You guys might not really be putting into your head what this means. Boom! That is very difficult to kill Kled before he can get the remount on. Between all these concepts, we end up with a very tanky character who's got Grasping Dying to carry him through the early game. He has been a little bit power creeped in the early game, okay? He's got Grasping Dying to carry him through the early game. He's got just hella damage, just there are two rune build options, okay? Now, the one I'm going to recommend to you guys, and I'll show it on screen if I'm good at editing, but, you know, in case... I'll do it. I'm not that bad at editing, am I? I don't think I'm that bad. You go Grasping Dying into secondary precision for Triumph. So you're basically doing, in a generalist sense, you're doing Grasping Dying with Triumph. Now, you're going to want to pick up that Overgrowth. Overgrowth does pretty good on him. The Demolish is obviously obvious. Second Wind or Bone Plating, that's up to you. Other than that, you're going to go Triumph, and then you're either going to go with Alacrity or Tenacity, depending on what you need. You can, I guess, you can go with the attack speed, and you can go with Tenacity instead of Overgrowth, but I prefer the Overgrowth because it makes you really tanky. Now, the other option is you go with Gore Drinker instead of Sunfire with Conqueror. Now, that's going to be Conqueror into Resolve. Once again, I would recommend picking up that Overgrowth, but if there's other things you like, it's up to you. I'm not a Kled master, but I can recommend some things. So, this build... I wouldn't say Kled is overpowered, but I would say this build is doing really, really good. Now, for the last thing, I want to go over some bugs with Kled, because some of you guys might not know how bugged Kled is, and you will be very frustrated playing Kled and learning these bugs. I'm going to tell you these bugs so you can be frustrated right now with me. I did have video footage, but I forgot to record it when I played all those Kled games. You guys could probably have seen Kled being bugged rather than me just telling you, but I'll just tell you. His Q will sometimes not have a hitbox. The second thing is that if you're in his Q animation... So let me go ahead and put this up here. If you're in his Q animation, and during that pistol shot, if I was to mount, I would then automatically use the other version of Q in the direction that I used the first version. This is especially noticeable when you're mounted. You throw your Q, something hits you, you get dismounted, you're forced to use your pistol shot, which can knock you out of melee and kill you, or just miss. The second bug on his W is that sometimes it just won't do the fourth hit damage. I don't know. It just sometimes won't. It just won't. You'll just bam, 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 and you just won't get the bonus damage. And that's just like, tough titties. Here's something about his E. So the first E can't go over walls, but the second E can. Okay, so see that? The issue here is that, oh, well, here, you can actually see the sunfire damage. Wow, pow, 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 pow. So the issue is that sometimes the second E won't go over a wall. It does go over a wall, but sometimes it won't. Don't ask, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. And the last bug on his ultimate, yes, this is every single ability is bugged. His ultimate will sometimes go backwards. You'll think to yourself, I want to ult over here, and so you'll click here, and then you'll hear the whole ult sound, da 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 da, and then you'll be backwards, and you'll be like, why am I here? You'll be like looking over here, and you'll notice your character's here, and you're waiting for your character, and he's never gonna come. Much like your dad coming back from the milk, he's never gonna come. Don't play this champion. I seriously wouldn't recommend it. Oh my god, these bugs will ruin your day. I swear these bugs are so frustrating. But do play him. He's actually really fun. But don't, because you will probably go into my comments and say, Hashinshin, you ruined my life. I hate you. But remember, I told you not to play him, so you can't blame me. But do play him. Okay, do play him. He's pretty fun. All right, well, thank you all for watching my video on Kled. That's just a video on Kled. That's Kled. I want to give a special thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You guys have been making me want to make videos daily because you guys have actually come out and supported me rather quickly, which is really nice. Thank you everyone for supporting me, and for those of you who aren't Patreon supporters but are still here, thank you. I appreciate you guys a lot. Please like the video, please leave a comment down below, please subscribe. I appreciate all of you immensely. I don't want you guys to think any of you I don't appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. You're all great people. Thank you all for coming here, and thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great day. In order of importance, number 1 is Amorian. Thank you. Special thank to you. Next up is Amaru, Blazing Rock, Luke Robinson, Nitro Muffin, Aniroy, Destroy. Thank you, all of you. Ben, Charlotte, Daniel Fiala, Dave Pedv, Zdadzimu, Ecliptor, Kalfos Zeramor, Marun Runner, Nok Sura, and Ray.